Coffee, Credit, and Conversations with Cliff and Coretta. I am your host for this show. My name is Clifton Farrar, and it is a pleasure and an honor to come before you today and to share you with you guys as my wife and I, in her absence, we have our great company, Farrar Financial Group, where we offer practical principles to helping you build your finances and help your credit and also give you wealth. And so today we just want to talk real quickly about something that is the foundation to any financial freedom, any financial healthy lifestyle. We're going to touch on a very, very, very important subject that is near and dear to my heart, and that's why I'm here today. Today we want to talk about something called a budget. A budget. This is the foundation to any financial stability, growth, and health is a budget. So I want to use an illustration today. This right here, which is called a hammer, which is also called a tool. And guess what? In the hands of a master contractor, this can build a house. This can build so many great things for you. But if you put it in the hands of a 2-year-old toddler, what do you think the outcome is going to be? So I asked this at one of our seminars, and I got the same answer that everybody gives me. Is this: in the hands of a master carpenter, great things can happen. In the hands of a toddler, most of the time, something's going to be broken or someone's going to get hurt. So my question that I pose to the audience and I pose to you is, which one are you?
Wow.
Now, if your answer is a master carpenter, great. Guess what? A master carpenter never stops learning. They continue to use their tool effectively. If your answer is, I'm a toddler, Cliff, I'm fumbling around, I don't know how to use my money wisely, that's fine. Because guess what? Never, ever has a master carpenter started out as a master carpenter. So if you are a toddler, that's what we're here to help you with. If you're a master carpenter, we're here to help enhance you. So I want you to take this moment and write down some things about your finances that you are willing to work on. But let me get to the subject here where money is a tool. This is a tool that everyone has to use, no matter what your race may be, no matter where you live, no matter if you live in a mansion or if you live under a bridge. It is a tool that all of us have to master. So I urge you today, let's learn how to use your tool effectively. Because guess what? It's not going anywhere. And you're not going anywhere. So we might as well work together. So we're going to touch on a few key points. And the first thing I want to do is help people understand budgeting. I want you to change your mindset about budgeting. Because when somebody says budget, the first thing that most people do is think of something negative. When we hear the word budget, when I speak to people, even myself, I used to think of it as a negative word. Budgeting, oh my God, what are you trying to say? What do you want me to do? You're trying to tell me I can't spend my money the way that I want to spend my money. And that's the idea that we have. But I don't know where we got that idea from. Money is a tool that you need to learn how to use. Budgeting is the foundation of how to use that tool. So, if you really look at it this way, budgeting is not giving your money control over you. It's giving you control over your money. Because guess what? When you have a budget, you are telling your money where it is going. And if you don't give your money a job, it's going to be misused. Every dollar you get, every penny you get should have an assignment. And that's what a budget does for you. Me and my wife, budgeting skills had to grow. And guess what? They're still growing. Because each level that you get to, you start learning more and more about what? The tool that you have. So what I want to do for you today is help you to create a realistic budget. So Get your pen and paper out. Get your phones out. Get your tablets out. We're going to dive into this today, and we're going to do a great job of helping you get to your financial foundation. First of all, I want you to start thinking of yourself as a business. You are your own business. You are your own brand. So that's the first thing I want you to think about. Every major corporation, whether it's our government, whether it's a job that you work for, everyone has a budget. Everybody has a spending plan. Everybody has an expense report. Everybody knows where their money going and where is it coming out, who is it going to, where is it going, what investments, what things, what new ventures we're going to put our money to, our energy, our resources. So why is it that if the Fortune 500 companies can do that, why is it that the government that we live in can do that? Why can't we do that for ourselves? So we need to start thinking of ourselves as a business. You are your own brand. When I wake up in the morning, the brand of Cliff gets up every morning. And nobody buys your brand unless you believe in your brand. So I want you to start believing in your brand. First of all, scrap whatever happened to you. Whatever happened in your past is over. What you have is today and a future in front of you. So let's go ahead and start branding ourselves to let people know, hey, I am somebody. I am something special. I have a gift. I am important. Because if I can't do that for myself, I can't expect nobody else to do it for me. So you have to, first of all, this is why we got to get you into the swing of things. We have to get you on a foundational platform, and budgeting is going to do that, especially for your finances, especially for your money. Because guess what? It's your responsibility. You cannot be afraid of it. And I wish I had $1 right now. I would put it on the table and ask this. If I leave this dollar on this table and nobody touches it, I come back next week, where's that dollar going to be? Right. That dollar's going to be right here on the table. You're letting something that doesn't have an emotion or a feeling or a thought control you. And that's what the budget gives you power over. Your budget gives you the power over that dollar. But right now, many of us are letting that dollar control us. And that's not how it's supposed to be. We are the tool, and it is the master. We're going to flip the script. We're going to change the role. You are now going to be the master, and it's going to be the tool. So the first thing, let's start with a realistic budget. My wife and I have a financial company for our financial group. We've been in business going on 5 years in 2018. We have helped countless people, hundreds of people, soon to be thousands of people. We are touching people all over the globe. We are traveling and we are touching lives. And one of the first things that I always ask, and this is why my wife is the face of the franchise, because she is so lovely and sweet, but I'm more strict. The first question I ask, where's your budget? And the first thing I usually get from people is see, I know I got bills. That's not, we all got bills. So where's your budget? Where is your budget? Where is your spending plan? Where is your track record? Where is it? You want to own a home? You got to have a budget. You want to start a business? You got to have a budget. You want to get out of debt? You got to have a budget. It's not going to happen if you don't make it happen. You have to take the time to invest in yourself. You have to take the time to invest in your principal place here. You have to take the time to actually step out and say, I'm going to make this happen. So and and maybe, and I know something's due on the 15th. I think it's due on the 1st. Something around the 30th. No. This is your livelihood. This is your life. You gotta set yourself up for success. You have to know how much money you are bringing in and how much money is going out. And you have to do that assessment. But this is one of the key things that I learned by creating my own budget. And the first thing I had to learn on a realistic budget, we have to identify our needs and necessities versus our wants. our needs and our necessities versus our wants. That is key to it. So we're going to dive into a budget right now. This is what I want you to do. All the people out there that's going to hear this, that's going to tune in, please get your pen and paper ready, because here we go. After you invest into that, the first thing you want to do with your budget is use your net income, not your gross. Your net income, not your gross. You have to understand that, because most of us say, if you have a job, you have a salary, the first thing you say, I make $50,000 a year. Technically, you do not make $50,000 a year. You're going to lose anywhere from 30 to 35% in taxes and insurance. So before your paycheck even hits your bank account or your hand, you already lost money. So if you're making your budget off of the gross amount, which is the amount before all the taxes, before all the insurance comes out, before all the stuff that the government takes out that I don't know where it goes, you have to count for your budget from the net after all that is taken out. So, first thing I like to do as a man of God in my household, in the household of faith, the 10% goes to God off the top. And that is 10% of the gross, not the net. So that's the first thing me and my wife do before, as soon as my check hits the bank account, boom, the 10% of gross is already gone. So that's the first thing I do with my budget. That's second. First is use my net income. Second is pay my tithes. The third thing I do for my budget is pay myself. Pay myself. Now, if you have an income, if you're working every day, if you have your own business, whatever it is, you need to pay yourself. Now, the rule of thumb in the financial world is 10%. Now, some people will look at it and say, Cliff, there's no possible way I can pay myself 10%. And guess what? That may be true. I'm not knocking you for that. But can you give yourself $20, $25 every pay cycle, every pay period? The average person gets paid bi-weekly. Let's run numbers. The average person gets paid bi-weekly. So if you get paid bi-weekly, you take $25 a paycheck, a pay period out of your paycheck. That's an average of twice a month. If you do that, that's $50 per month. 50 times 12, I want to say is going to be $600. $600 for the year. Now some of you are like, well, $600 is not a lot of money. And my next question is, do you have $600 in savings right now? Something is better than nothing. It's better to start small and increase than to have nothing at all. It's $25. That's you not eating out for a week. That's it. You can afford to pay yourself at least $25 every pay period. Save yourself $600 a year.
Wow.
Guess what? If you can find something that builds, and this is more advanced than just the simple basic principle, if you can build something and find an instrument, a vehicle that can pay you some compound interest on that, that $600 can accumulate and grow. But we're going to start off with, we want you to stay saved. Make a conscious decision. Go to your job. Go to your bank. Whatever you need to do to have that money automatically taken out of your checking account to send it to a savings account. Pay yourself. You are worth it. You're telling me you cannot work your whole life and don't think that you are worth to pay yourself. That's impossible. Get out of that mindset. You are worthy to pay yourself, because guess what? You got a future you got to build.
Wow.
Fourth on the list is your rent and your mortgage. That's a necessity. Your rent and your mortgage. You got to have somewhere to live. Now, where you live does make a difference. But make sure where you live, you can afford to live. Make sure you can afford to live. Yes, you might want that deluxe apartment in the sky, but guess what? You might need to get that apartment 3 floors down. So, Next on the list is utilities, which means your lights, gas, and phone. I put cell phone because not too many people have house phones anymore. However, those are necessities that you have to live in your home. Now, the next on the list I have is car payment. And beside it, I put optional. The reason being, you should never want to carry a car payment. You should get to a point where you pay off your vehicles and maintain them. So that's optional. Now, most of us, we have car payments, but you should never go from one car payment to the next car payment. Enjoy that freedom, because that money that you're spending on a car, yes, you might want a new car, but it'll be so much better if you could save that money, invest it, and take the dividends from your investment and buy your next car that you don't have any car payment. Next is car maintenance, which is gas or changing tires. That's a necessity. If you have a vehicle, you're going to have to do those things. Hands down. That's next on the list. The next thing on the list is insurances. Auto, home, health. Now, most of us, if you're working with a company, that should be covered. If you're not, if you're self-employed, then you understand you need health. And a very important one, life insurance. Now, I'm going to pause for a second on that one because that one is so crucial. Because while we are working our way to being financially free, while we're working to get out of debt, God forbid if something happens to you. Now, if you have a significant other, or if you're single, if you have people you're caring for or taking care of yourself, you got to be mindful that guess what? If something happens to you prior to you fully getting out of debt, prior to you fully getting where you need to be financially, those people still have to live. So I urge anyone, you can get a life insurance policy. You can get a term life policy. Some of them starting as low as $20 a month, where you can invest into legacy building. And guess what? We're going to help you get out of debt. And we're going to pray for your covering that you stay healthy, that nothing happens to you. Because guess what? Now you can determine that life insurance policies can be used as cash advance. And we'll help you with that. But that's part of the advancement class that we have. But we want you to have those foundational things in play. And life insurance is one of them. Because you need to make sure that your family has a protection and while you're working hard to get out of debt and get your life together. The next on the list is groceries. We have to eat. Groceries. Nobody in the world that's living can live off of love alone. You can't live off of TV. You can't live off of just sitting on air. You need to eat. So you do need to budget in groceries. You have to do that. Don't be afraid to use coupons. Don't be afraid to shop around. But budget that in. That's a necessity. You have to eat. Next on the list, I put family expenses. If you have children, vacation, entertainment, and I put TV in this because TV is not a necessity, but it is an expense for family. So if I hear that list, read that list again. You have children. If you have kids, they all. Matter of fact, I had to give my wife $20 to get my son pictures done today. Every time you turn around with a child, my daughter's 16, and the world falls apart every day for her. So we always got to have money for that. Vacation. You should budget in your vacation.
Amen. That's good.
You need a vacation. You need a break. Absolutely. I totally agree. My goal is to make every day Saturday for me. That's my goal. So budget in entertainment. If you want to go to the movies, if you want to go out to eat, if you want to take family out and play and have some good time, it's okay to do that. But have that in the budget. Do that. Take the time to say, okay, you guys sit down and have a discussion. And this is what I tell people, a part of building a relationship is effective communication. Have a discussion. We can go to the movies and the dinners. We can't go to Disney World. Disney World might be the vacation next year. If we want to go to Disney World, let's start planning for it for next year. Go ahead and put it in the budget. So when Disney World gets here next year, guess what? You'll be ready for it. That's what it is. So you can include it in your budget. But last but not least, is something that I changed the name, and I'm changing the game on this. Everybody else says retirement. I'm not calling it retirement. Retirement has a negative connotation. The name of mine is life transition.
Wow.
Because guess what? Just because I might not be clocking in and punching the clock, I ain't retiring. I'm just transitioning to a different season of my life.
Amen.
So I'm still gonna have life. I'm still gonna, matter of fact, I'm probably gonna enjoy life even better now. My kids are grown. Hopefully I have grandkids. Me and my wife gonna be traveling, having fun. But I gotta prepare myself for that. That's part of my budget. That's what I have in my budget. Because guess what? That is important to me. It's a necessity. I'm not gonna be working all my life. And you shouldn't either. Unless you really enjoy what you do, then work. Hey, if you love it, hey, don't leave it. But make it a choice. Work by choice and not by force. So prepare yourself for life transition. And let me make this key point here. Put a pin in it. Mark it on your calendar. Life transition is not an age, it's an income. So if you make it and you build your wealth properly, why you gotta wait till you 70? Why not leave at 50, 55? Life transition is not an age, it's an income. Get that in your mind, get that in your spirit, get that in your soul. So get ready. So the sooner you want a life transition, the more you want to work, the harder you want to work, and the smarter you want to work to get there.
Wow.
So now let's talk about the biggest enemy to your money. Spontaneous spending. The biggest enemy to your money. That's why a lot of people's budgets are wrecked. Because they spontaneous spend money they're not supposed to spend. Everybody goes to Walmart. Why do you go to Walmart and set yourself up? Why do you think they got the milk and the eggs in the back of the store? It's a marketing plan, people. They make you walk past underwear, socks, jewelry, perfume, cologne, everything before you get to the milk and the eggs. And guess what we do? Well, you know what? Little Johnny is running out of socks. I couldn't find none this morning. Let me go pick up a pack of socks. Then you cut through another aisle. Oh, you know what? They got this on sale. I'm almost out of this. No, and next thing you know, you're supposed to be spending $13. You end up spending $50 and bringing out 4 bags of stuff. If you need groceries, go to the grocery store. Go to those specific shops that have what you need. I got to give it to Walmart. They have the greatest marketing plan ever. They're the biggest distributors worldwide. They distribute so much stuff. But they know what they're doing. But you got to know what you're doing. You got to say, you know what? If this is what I need to do, I need to stay focused. I can't spend no more money. That's what a budget does to you. The budget tells you I deserve something other than to work every day of my life and work myself to the bone. That's what a budget does. So let's stop the spontaneous spending. Let's do some cutbacks. Let's focus on what we need to do. And last but not least, this is for everyone that's listening, everybody seeing me. I got a homework assignment for you, and I'm going to make it really quick because we're almost out of time. My wife and I did a budget. It took us to take 3 months of our bank statements. We went line by line with it. We marked out what the necessities was, and then we marked up what the wants that we spend on, the things we didn't need. That's what I encourage you to do. But I'm not going to make you do 3 months. I advise you to do 1 month. Do it for 1 month and see where your money is going. And you will be surprised when you say you don't have time you can't save money. You'll see where your money is truly going. You'll see that you're spending in and out and everything. But take 1 month of your bank statement and do that. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this session. I hope you took the notes about how to build a budget. If you have any questions or concerns, you can reach out to us for Farrar Financial Group. Our phone number is 704-537-6500, or you can email us at farrarcreditservices@gmail.com. Once again, this has been a pleasure speaking with you today, and I hope you enjoyed it because I enjoyed giving this information to you. Have a great day.